Hello there YouTube, this is the Inflatablemango, and today I've got you guys another video based on myths. Now, I did a video a few days ago or weeks ago, whatever it was, on Pokemon myths, top 5 Pokemon myths, and of course I would have to do a Zelda one, because Zelda is pretty much my life. So without further ado, let's get on to it. Okay, so for the first myth, we're going to be looking at the myth surrounding the Running Man and the fact that you can beat the Running Man. Now, it's quite an in-depth one, this one, so it might take a little while to explain it and go through it. And I've got a bit of text on screen that I've written up, and I'm going to read out and see how things go. So, basically, the Running Man, he is a character in Ocarina of Time, and he does appear in Majora's Mask and possibly other ones, but those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head. He basically does what he says on the tin, and he runs around. In Majora's Mask, he's actually the postman, but we're talking about the Ocarina of Time Running Man for this one. Now, in Ocarina of Time, you meet him as a child, and you give him the bunny hood, and complete the trading quest with masks with him by doing that. And as an adult, he is at the Gerudo area in the Carpenter's little tent thing just past the bridge. Now, as an adult, he challenges you to a race. Now, the race is to run from that point, which is the bridge near Gerudo's fortress, to the entrance to the Lost Woods, which you would come through via Kokiri Forest when you were leaving as a child. Now, I'm not going to read this text out, but basically, it's been some people have claimed that they've actually been able to beat him, but as you're going to find out, it actually is impossible. The game is programmed to allow him to win by 1 second, no matter what you do. People have done glitches in the past and tricks where they've actually beat him, and the clock has read -1 seconds. So it's programmed into the game that he will win. But anyway, I shall read this. So, okay, so it's possible to defeat the Running Man race. There has been many proposed tricks and actions reported to be able to beat the Running Man in the race to the bridge in the Lost Woods. These include warping, leaving the game for a certain amount of time, lifting the cartridge a small amount, i.e. a cartridge tilt, but all have been false. It has been confirmed, though, through use of a cheat device that no matter what Link does, the Running Man will always beat him by 1 second. Additionally, in Ocarina of Time's text dumps, it shows that the game has no dialogue to deal with Link beating the Running Man. The most famous Defeat the Running Man video was put on YouTube in January 2009 by the user Rusty Sporks. The video has been viewed nearly 66,000 times as of June 2010, and it still causes much confusion over the myth, both for YouTube and for game FAQs. Where the user goes by the name of Faramir77, the evidence of the video was then debunked in another video uploaded by a user called Spinout182 in October 2009. So that basically proved the theory that, one, there was no text in the game to prove that, which proved that there's no programmed "you've won" text, and there's no way you can do it because the game's automatically proven to automatically give you the loss by 1 second. So if you want to know more about it, there's loads of that online, and it tells you a lot more of the technical data and things about how the game actually did it. But yeah, that's number 1. Okay, so for number 2, we're going to be looking at one that we've briefly looked into in the past, and this one's going to be the transportation area to so-called Unicorn Fountain that was removed. Zora's Domain under the ice, there is a area of alcove, I would call it, and a very distinctive pathway going to it that would make you think that there was originally something going to be there, and a transport to Link's warping somewhere would have been programmed into the game. Now, the transport was clearly removed, but a lot of people speculate that this location would have taken you to the Unicorn Fountain. Those who don't know what the Unicorn Fountain is, the Unicorn Fountain, it would have been where you would have obtained the Triforce and basically become almighty and powerful. The room that was used on a screenshot of the unicorn fountain in the beta stage, you can actually get to it in regular Ocarina of Time. There's if you go to the Sacred Forest, in the first area when you leave the Lost Woods, where you would face the two wolves, if you place a bomb in the centre, it will explode and create a hole in the ground. If you drop down in that hole, that will actually take you to the room. It doesn't contain the unicorn fountain and doesn't contain the Triforce obviously, but it does contain the same skinned room and the same layout that would be used in the unicorn fountain, and it doesn't actually appear anywhere else in the game, so it's a unique skin for that room. So it was clearly remained in the game, but they removed the Triforce or didn't put it in, or whatever happened there. So yeah, hopefully that one was interesting, and we'll now go on to number 3. So for number 3, we're going to be looking at one which is roughly similar to number 2, but it is slightly different. And that is the fact that you cannot actually obtain the Triforce. So number 2 was more surrounding the actual location and how you would get there. This one is actually the method to obtain the Triforce. Now, I'm going to read off screen again, so bear with me. The Triforce plays a major role in the Ocarina of Time, and because of its elusive nature, many methods for obtaining the Triforce have been proposed. Some of these will include throwing a bomb into the centre of the lava under Ganon's castle, using the Overture of Sages, which was a fake ocarina song, which was supposedly in the game, and you would use that as you were in Ganon's castle, and then the Triforce would appear. The Triforce is an important element of the game plot, but is not an item that Link can actually earn on the quest screen status. Now, a picture of the Triforce is in the middle of the spiritual medallions on the screen for showing them where the like the Skulltulas and the status screen, where the Skulltulas, heart pieces, etc. are on the pause menu. There is a Triforce in the middle, and some rumoured that this would have obviously been filled in with the Triforce when you got it, but it's no more than a decoration and it cannot be filled with the Triforce. It's been confirmed that by Nintendo that it is just there for decorative purposes. So yeah, number 3. Okay, so for number 4, we're going to be going way back to the beginning of Zelda, to the actual first Zelda game made, which was simply The Legend of Zelda on the NES. Now, there was a bit of controversy around the original game when it emerged, that the third dungeon of the first quest was actually shaped like a swastika. So obviously parents, mainly in the US and Europe, demanded the game to be pulled and not to be able to be sold. Well, the truth is that it was not actually a swastika at all. The shape is facing left rather than right. Now, a swastika would face to the right. When it faces to the left, it's known as a manji, which is a Buddhist symbol of good fortune. And the programmers basically put it in there so that it was a good luck wish to the players, to wish them luck in the dungeon. Okay, and for number 5, not so much a myth, but I'm going to give you guys a bit of extra trivial knowledge. Now, we all know and love Epona. Epona makes the game so much quicker and better, and she's our little pony, so why would we not like her? Now, Epona was never actually planned to be in the game. Prior to Ocarina of Time being kind of thought about in development, originally Epona, or a horse with Epona's model, was going to be appearing in Super Mario 64. This obviously would have been a rideable NCP for Mario to ride around. But this was later cut and dropped. But Koizumi-san, I hope I've pronounced that correct, was intent on doing it for Ocarina of Time and allowing Link to have the horse. The idea came when the team initially called her Ao, however that's pronounced, but instead insisted that they go with Epona. Epona is actually the goddess of horses and fertility in Celtic mythology, so they used that instead. The name then means something and increases the affection that you get when working for it, resulting in you getting a strong, powerful horse. So yeah, didn't know that one myself until I researched, so that even I've learned something on this one. But we have them to thank for the fact that Mario didn't get a horse, and Zelda then gained Epona, which is continued since. Opponent's pretty much been in every game since the Ocarina of Time. She's been Majora's Mask, she's been in Twilight Princess, she's in the new Breath of the Wild, and various other ones in between. So hopefully you found that cool and you enjoyed this video. I'll be getting more out soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and please put a like on the video to show that you support the hard work that's gone into making this. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.